Hey guys, welcome back to my garden. If you're new here, my name is Laurie and I live in gardening zone 7A here in northern Utah, and today I'm going to plant some more flowers. I didn't think I was going to, but I am. I have a few plants that I want to plant here along my garden box, and I'm going to do some more rose deadheading, a few little chores, move a few little flowers around, and get things exactly the way that I want them. Let me turn the camera around and I'll show you what I'm doing. So we had a lot of wind last night. And I had to come out here and re-tie up my hollyhocks. And as you can see, that one's kind of flopped over. I need to kind of fix that, but I wanted to secure them in tightly, and I think I pulled that one maybe a little too tight. But I didn't want them toppling down. They are huge, you guys. They're probably like 9 feet tall, I would say. They're just ginormous, and I love them. I don't know if I'll be able to keep them here for another few years or not, but they're just absolutely stunning, and I love these dahlias in front of them. I think I like plants in front of them because they get kind of dead looking at the base, and we'll see how they hold up. Hollyhocks that I've seen around town, they always end up looking kind of dead. I need to read up on it a little bit, but I think they can reseed themselves, so I might leave them up long enough so they can do that, but then I'll definitely be cutting them back. So in here we have some snapdragons, and some of them are suffering from chlorosis, so I need to come in here and fertilize everything. In fact, that's maybe a chore that I will do today too. I have some Alaskan, I think it's Alaskan fish fertilizer or something like that. I'll show you in a minute, but I was going to fertilize my dahlias with that, and I'll do this. But I had an issue. I had snapdragons that just died, and I wasn't sure why. I thought they maybe got too hot, but then I saw Piper tromping around in here, and I was like, oh, she totally snapped them. She was like hunting for something back here and broke them off. So I had some extras from the seeds that I grew, and I just planted them in the ground in different areas, and I can't remember exactly where I planted each color, but I'm going to steal those from those spots and come just like fill in the holes that I have in here, and I think I'll just be a little bit happier. And then usually I have like flowers hanging over this, and so I knew it was missing something, and so I went to the store and picked up some flowers. Let me show you what I have. So I picked up these super bells, and hopefully they'll do well here. They do like kind of dry areas, and I think maybe in front they'll stay dry. We'll see how they do. I didn't want to do super petunias because I didn't want them to totally take over and swallow up my snapdragons. So I went with these Super Bells Grape Punch. Now these I've been looking at all summer and have been wanting to plant them. So I'm glad I found a spot for them. They were a little more expensive. There's a place that I can get them for like $4. And these were $6.48, but only picked up 7. So it's fine. But I'm going to plant these in front here. So what I want is for them to kind of overhang a little bit, you know, past this wood, just to give us a nice soft edge and just look a little prettier. And I wanted to bring in a color that I don't have. So I have like a lavender snapdragon, and then like a cherry, and then a pink. And that will go really well with the pink hollyhock, which will probably be done pretty soon anyway. And then the yellow dahlias, and I thought purple would be a good color. And the purple throat of this I thought would be really pretty with the dahlia that I have back here, the Mystic Illusion dahlia. Piper out. See? You cannot go in there. Another thing I need to do, and I don't know if I'll get to it today. I think I might need my husband's help, but I should have put up this netting, and I think I will try to do it. It's going to be a super hot day, so maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. But I wanted to just stake all these up so they grow straight and tall, but they've actually been growing pretty straight and tall. Like I really don't have any that are crazy except for a few, but it might keep Piper out, so I'll have to decide if I want to do that. I'm definitely going to come stake up my dahlias, and that will be a different day as well. So this area has been really fun. I've been trying out these snapdragons. I think they're pretty happy and doing pretty well. They're kind of slow going, but then all of a sudden they kind of hit and start blooming. And I'll show you my Chantilly lace ones over here. Now these are group 1, and they're really, actually maybe they're group 2. Can't remember exactly. I put it on the screen. But I thought they would be doing terrible in this heat, but we've had 100-degree days and they've been fine. I thought by the time these dahlias got a little taller that they would just die out, but they're still doing great. So maybe they'll bloom all summer. I don't know. It's going to be a test. I came back in here last night. This dahlia is huge. It's been in here 3 years. It's so pretty. Let me show it to you. I can't remember the variety name. So pretty, but it's massive, and it was kind of taking over this area. So I came back and cut it down, but these definitely need to be staked up. they can get kind of floppy. So I need to do that very soon. And with the wind we had last night, I just think it kind of got splayed. But I wanted room for these to breathe a little bit. These are my new varieties, and I'll probably take out some tubers and leave only 1 or 2 in there for next year. So everything's filling in nicely, and I'm excited for these new varieties. These ones back here are struggling a little bit. I'm not sure why. They're little babies. Most of them are doing really well. My tomatoes are starting to grow. We just hit this heat wave, and everything just starts to grow really quickly. So we need to level up these branches. So I think that purple would be pretty. I just needed a little bit of color. And maybe it'll be way too much color when those snapdragons come, but I don't think so. I think it'll be really nice, and those snapdragons will be perfect with this color too. So let's transplant those snapdragons. Let me show you where I popped some in. So I popped some in here. I didn't film this, and I didn't really remember where I put what. I think these might be the lavender because I thought they'd look good with this, but I can't remember. And then I put some up here, and then I put some down here. Let's go look at them. So there's these. They're looking okay. I really haven't give them any special attention. I think I might leave them down here by the creek because they just will bring some color down here, and I don't have a ton of color down here. So let's go look at the ones up here. So I think I will take these ones out and plug them in, and then maybe I'll put some kind of super tunia in there or something. Okay, let's get started while we have some shade. I probably shouldn't transplant these today because it is going to be like 100 degrees today, but tomorrow it's going to cool down and be in the 70s, which is wild. So I'm assuming we're going to have some more wind as well. We'll see. So let's start with these. Those are so cute. I love them. I think I just was craving color. But if I probably would have waited a couple weeks, we'd have these in bloom. But I like the idea of something kind of growing over this, and hopefully they'll do well. It is a little moist in here right now, but I mean, this gets hot sun all day long. Another chore I'm going to do while we're here is I don't really like to have any leaves of my tomatoes on the ground, and I haven't gotten out here yet to kind of clean that up just to keep it from getting any diseases. So I'm going to do that right now too, real quick. Okay, so much better. As you can see, it's a lot cleaner on the ground, and that's just gonna prevent some things from happening down there. It's gonna be much happier. This one's cleaned up down here. If there were branches that were hanging some, I could just flip up to this upper level. So that's much better. And then I'm gonna come in with tomato tone when I'm done with the snapdragons and put some more around it. I like to do it about once a month. And I'm already getting a lot of tomatoes, so that's really exciting. So yeah, so much better. This pineapple tomato, I'm gonna wait till it's a little bit bigger to do that. I might just take a few of these little guys off down here, but it needs to just get a little more growth on it. I didn't want to take too much off that other one because it's a determinate tomato, so I didn't want to get rid of any. This is an indeterminate, so it'll just grow and grow and grow, and you'll get tons of tomatoes. So it'll be fine if I take some branches off. Okay, and when that gets bigger, I'll just level up the rest. I have to be really careful about where my soaker hose is, and I'm moving aside this mulch that I have, but here's where one died, so that's a good spot to dig. Make sure I'm not cutting any lines. Should be good there though. So here's the tomato tone that I use. It's Espoma. I love Espoma products. Yes, I did see everyone talking about them online, but I started using them and everything just grows so well that I just continue to. Maybe someday I'll try a few different things, but this is definitely my favorite. So I apply this about once a month on my tomatoes, just around the base, around the roots. So like a big circle around my tomato. And I get so many tomatoes, you guys. And I am not that knowledgeable about tomatoes. I know you have to plant them a little deeper to make them stronger. They need support. You need to keep the base clean and airy, and then you fertilize. That's all I basically do, and water them and make sure they're in sun. And those are just the basics, and that's all I know. And I get so many tomatoes for salsa, so I love this. So I'm going to apply this again because it's been about a month, and I'll just remember I did it in June. I'll do it in July and August as well. And I just grab a handful and put it around. I don't measure it. Just grab this much. And scratch it in. So I have this Alaska fish fertilizer, and Claudia from, I'll put her channel because I can't remember exactly what her channel is, but she's really good with dahlias, so I follow her on YouTube. She uses this for her dahlias, and I thought it'll be perfect for that and for my snapdragons too. So I'm going to use this. So it looks like on the back here, let's see, vegetables, bedding plants, yeah, 2 tablespoons per gallon. So I have 2 gallons here, so I'm going to put 4 tablespoons in each one of these and then just hand water them. I think that will be the easiest right now for some. And I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm pouring with my left hand, so this is thick. I feel like this is thick. That's about 2 tablespoons. Definitely has iron in it. Man, that's some thick stuff. Oh my gosh, you guys. That is so potent. Wow. You can see that Piper was really interested in that. I'm a nurse, and it takes a lot to gross me out. I don't really get grossed out, and I rarely gag. I don't think I ever gagged, but I was gagging. It definitely smells like fish, so if you're sensitive to that, just be aware of that. But I know anything that stinks like that is going to work really good. So Piper, come on, stay out of there. I'm not sure exactly what's in it. I didn't even read it. I probably should, just to kind of see, but I think that will help. Piper, stay out of there. Stay out. I think that will help with the chlorosis that I'm having with my snapdragons. Woo, smells like a fish tank. So I got those all fertilized. And one more thing I'm going to fertilize are my raspberries. So I'm going to pick up my berry tone here. I did this about a month ago. I'm going to do it again. I'm starting to get berries, actually. I have one down here. Yay for berries. So this is also looking a little chlorotic. I probably should put some of the fish fertilizer on these too. Maybe I will, actually. I think I'm going to, but I'm going to dust some of this in there too. And I pulled out a huge, gigantic weed. I wish I would have filmed it because it was so satisfying and so big. But I'm glad to have it gone. And now I can fertilize these. And I'm going to try to tuck them into the trellis as good as I can. Got that all done. It feels good to have that done. I love having a little bit of purple here. Got everything fertilized. It's stinky, but that means it's going to do a good job. I know I'm going to have to come put some support in here, and I need to do that soon. The thing is, I need to run to the store because I'm going to get one more flower for that spot that I took those out of. And then I'm gonna get some black paint because I have some posts, but I need to paint them black. So that's gonna be my next big project. And I need my husband's help for that. So hopefully we can do that tomorrow. I'm not quite gonna end it. I'll end it when I show you what I plant in this little spot over here. So I'll film when I get back from the store. But that will just be 2 seconds for you. Okay, so this is the spot where I ended up taking out the snapdragons. And so now there's a little hole here, and I wanted to put something here. I had a hard time deciding what to get. Let me put this stuff down. I have pink opalescence phlox right here, and it's a light pink. This delphinium is going to be done. And then I have like pink salmon. I thought about putting bubblegum in here or jazzberry, and I thought it'd just be a different pink than that. So anyway, I ended up going with the Royal Velvet Supertunia, and I think that will be really nice, especially next to the pink. While I do think it kind of clashes with this blue, this is going to be done blooming here soon, so I think it'll be totally fine. And then I think it'll look really good next to the tiara blue, kind of balancing this out, and it should kind of go down here and add a little interest down there as well as up here. So I think this will be good. I'm happy with my decision. I spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out exactly what I wanted, but let's get this in the ground and then we'll be finished up. And let's pull out some of this bindweed. Man, I hate this bindweed. It just gets into everything. It's really bad in this spot too. It's really hard to just get out at the roots. I kind of just try to keep pulling it out of my flower bed. You see it though, you pull it or it gets out of control. Okay, got that in. I think that would be so pretty next to this kind of salmon pink zinnia that I popped in here, and those are so cute. Okay, that's it for this project. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm glad to have gotten those things done. I'm just gonna clean this up and then I'll be all done. And then I think my next project is gonna be painting the stakes that I have and putting in all the support for my garden bed. Thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.